So welcome back again to the next delving deeper. And if you're just getting this video somehow for the first time, my name is Renee, and I'm here as your relationship coach and expert. And we were just talking about what do you want in a relationship. And now I'm going to ask you, what must be there? Because it's all good if we have a list of things that we want, but sometimes we've got to get to our list of musts, because we could have 200 things that we want in a relationship. Talking about anything from health, fitness, spirituality, religion, all this list of qualities and traits we want in someone and want in our relationship. But it's time to get to your musts. What absolutely must be there? So I'll give you an example. I'm going to share my story for you. And it really helps to get specific with what you want as well. And sometimes too, we go along playing guessing games and assumptions of what we want. And we expect that big expectation of our partners to know exactly what we want. But we haven't even had the discussion about it. So for example, it is like, what is going to happen when kids come along? How are we going to manage our finances? What is our world going to look like then? Having kids is expensive. Life in general is expensive. And sometimes we're both not even on the same page with our finances. Because sometimes one of the people in the relationship takes a bigger role in paying the bills and, doing all that sort of thing. And that's okay too. But when you both don't know what things cost, we have an assumption that an electricity bill is $100 a quarter, maybe. And it's not. Sometimes an electricity bill is about $1,000, and maybe I'm exaggerating or underestimating. I'm just, don't take it as exact figures, right? But you get the drift. So what must be there? And then what must not be there? For example, it may be that if you're at the dinner table, phones are away. That must not happen. There's always going to be a time and place where maybe you do need to, or if you're out on a date, having date nights are great things. So maybe you want to bring that back and try and remember what it was first like to date each other and what lit you up when you saw each other. And I know this because when I was starting again dating, I was, I wanted to date a guy with 6 foot something, rode a motorbike, and had a couple of tattoos because I like tattoos and wanted the bad boy, right? I think we all go through that. Females, maybe not. But we're wanting, to seek maybe what we haven't had before, haven't had yet. And sometimes relationships seem so disposable because of all the swiping and this that you're aware of. I know, we all know that's out there. But these are people's feelings that we're really dealing with, and we're all humans doing the best we can. And so I just wanted to date that. It didn't matter anything else, really. Someone who's a bit of fun, and I got that time and time again. And then often after a date or two, I'd be like, well, what else is there? That wasn't enough. But I wasn't being that specific either on what I wanted. Got a few things, but 3 things isn't enough. Get your list, get your musts. Write it all down and do this as an exercise. It's so important to handwrite all this stuff as well. And then what must not be there? Maybe that is infidelity. Maybe it's your gambling, it's the drugs. You've got to know what you do not want. If it's, getting back to fighting in front of the kids, coming home rolling drunk, or not calling each other if you're late. I mean, sometimes we don't really need to check in all the time. Give each other space and freedom because that's your person and they'll be home, and having that respect level. But this is all about finding out what your values are. And when you've got shared values, similar values, that's where it happens. And little did I know that I had commitment as an away from value for years. And at an event, a big Tony Robbins 6-day event called Date with Destiny some years ago, I actually couldn't even write the C word back then was commitment on a piece of paper. And that was okay for me. I wanted to change it, but did I really? No, because I wasn't ready for that. There was stuff I had to get out of my system before I was ready. But then when I was ready and I got my list done, and I also got rid of a lot of the negative emotions from my divorce too. And I just said to the universe one day when I was working, excuse me, walking out the trees here just in front of where I'm filming at home, I looked up and I just said, give me the man that I need, that's best for me. And yes, I was lucky enough a few months later, I had this great relationship, and we have had a phenomenal relationship for the last 14 months. And it's an incredible relationship because of what we've both learned and grown from. So I hope this has been of value. You found something new. You've got something to do out of this, a really good exercise to uncover some of your values that perhaps you haven't thought of like this for a while. And know that it's okay when you both do this exercise together if they are slightly different. Be really honest with each other through this process. Be really open and honest and vulnerable. And guys, if you're watching this too, we love that. When you're vulnerable and show emotion with us, we love it. And ladies, just know, men are wired for freedom. Freedom to be who they are. And they don't want to be criticised. So many of us, unfortunately, unintentionally emasculate our men. And we can't do that. And guys, your woman, she just wants to be appreciated. And she just wants some attention. All the fucking time. Excuse my French, but it's the truth. This is who we are. And I've just added that in as a bit of a bonus for you as well. So do this exercise. Send me some feedback too. I'd love to hear from you and how you're finding this. Because maybe this is all you need. And I would be rapt if that's the case. So go and do that exercise before you watch the next video. I really do suggest you do these one at a time. Shouldn't take you too long. But I've taken up about 7.5 minutes of your time now, so it's time to pause this and get to you with the next one.